All right, y'all. Honestly, I wasn't even going to talk about this because when I saw the news drop, I looked at it and I was like, okay. And I kept scrolling because I was like, okay, tell us something that we don't know, right? But people are legitimately acting shocked. They're acting gagged. And I'm sitting here like, y'all really released your inhibitions, went outside to feel the rain on your skin, and are acting shocked that water is wet when you felt it come down. Like, girl, please.
Y'all know who I am, y'all know who I am. Adrian, I be in the cut, I sizzle with your man. Don't be mad at me because he recognized the brand.
Way back in 2018, I put out the first book in my Zoraxia series called Zoraxia, Wrath of the God King. Now I'm so excited to let you all know that the sequel to that book, Zoraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, is out now. Anywhere you get your ebooks and audiobooks, you can find it there. I'm talking about Amazon, Audible, audiobooks.com, Google Play. Like, it's all there. Also, you can go to www.zoraxia.com to purchase it directly from my site. Check out my series, check out the first book, and make sure you get the second book because it's out now. I'm so excited.
I promise y'all, I was sitting there scrolling like y'all are scrolling, right? And I saw this headline, Sydney Sweeney has been registered as a blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay. I promise you. I looked at that, I was like, okay, and I kept going. But then the entire internet gonna erupt. I guess because of that whole, I got good jeans ad she did with, what, American Eagle? Some store girl. She did, but I'm just like, girl, this is just, I mean, what would y'all expect? I don't know why people are so gagged. And it's because it's like people have to look in people's faces and say the hard R for them to be like, oh, okay, maybe this person is like, I hate that because then when you are a person like me who says, well, it kind of walks and, quacks like a duck, girl. I don't know. Maybe we should be cautious. Then you got all these people, oh my gosh, you're reading into things and you're too sensitive and oh my God, it's just, and I'm not saying this specifically about like Sydney Sweeney that I was like warning people, but I'm just saying in general, sometimes it seems like when people say, hey girl, that looks like, it looks like what it is. It looks like what it is, girl. And then, like, people will really get mad at you for saying that. And they will be the ones who I think are on this internet gagged when the most predictable development in a story happens. This is coming from Newsweek. Sydney Sweeney has been registered as a Republican Party member in Florida since June of 2024, according to publicly available voter registration records reviewed by Newsweek and multiple news outlets. The disclosure comes as the Euphoria star faces, oh yeah, it was American Eagle girl. She said she had good genes. And that's what she said. That's what America told her. That's what society been telling her. And y'all mad that she get on the that she got on a commercial and said something that y'all been saying for eons. It's so funny. America is hilarious. America is hilarious. They say this. They said it blatantly, overtly in society for how many years? But I mean, even now, they say it with the beauty standards. They say it with, who they hire, who they want to marry, you see what I'm saying? They say it with who they want to date. They say it with, job opportunity. They say it with housing, girl. They say it with everything, right? But it's only when she gets on the commercial and says it, you see what I'm saying? America's so funny to me. They're so funny. It's clownery to look in a wolf's face, because that's what we are. That's what we do with so many things, not just Sydney Sweeney, but like we do with so many things. We look in a wolf face and be gagged when she want to bite us, girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you, girl. It's a wolf, girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Newsweek reached out to a spokesperson for Sweeney, via email on Saturday for comment. I'm guessing y'all ain't get no comment because there is not one here. And what do they say, girl? Yeah, she's a Republican. Like, what y'all want her to say? Like, what y'all want her to say, girl? Sweeney's Republican registration provides new context for critics who view her recent public appearances through a political lens, while supporters argue she represents a rejection of cancel culture. Florida Department, it's so funny. They be putting these white blonde girls as the bastions of like, what you mean? What you mean she represents a rejection of cancel culture? This blonde white girl in my face talking about some, you gotta talk about some cancel culture. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Florida Department of State records confirm Sweeney registered as a Republican voter in Monroe County on June 14th, 2024, with active voting status in the Republican Party of Florida. An active voter means the person is registered to vote. Thank you for clarifying that for us, Newsweek. Are you serious? The deadline to, well, you know what? They might need to in this day and age, girl. Spell it out for these people. Spell it out for these folks. The deadline to register to be eligible to vote in an upcoming blah, 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 blah. And so the rest of the article just goes into people's reactions to it. And like I said, I don't know. I don't know how you can be gagged by this girl. Like, I was more gagged by Laverne telling us that she was, girl, I was more gagged by Laverne, you know? Because now with Laverne, I'm wondering if Laverne was feeding her cop boyfriend right before he went out was this cop working these protests and stuff? I mean, if he was an NYPD cop, right? You know, they was working protests. They was beating protesters up. I mean, the George Floyd protests was happening in NYC like what, 2020? And for how long was Laverne dating this cop, and when did she date this cop? You see what I'm saying? So now I'm wondering, was Miss Mama's like feeding these cops, making him feel good before he went out to beat somebody up? Like, so I'm more surprised by Laverne, girl. But to be this shocked by Sydney Sweeney after she done told y'all that she done had good genes and good genes are passed down and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you couldn't see which audience Sydney Sweeney was aiming for this whole time. You couldn't see which audience she was angling for, girl. I just think these people are like, look, you know, for how many years some people were running from the fact that, you know, they voted for Trump. They were not trying to publicize it. But I think that now they're like, look, this guy's president. We're going to try and see who can make a bag off of it. Can I be the first lady of MAGA? And, you know, maybe she can. But I am not surprised because to me, she has been angling for this audience for a minute, girl. Like she has been doing it. But yeah, girl, it just gives very much water is wet. Like I said, white girl worth millions with MAGA family registers as Republican, likely voted for Trump. Like, I promise you, I am not surprised. Okay? Like, please. On that note, thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much, and make sure you have a good evening.
Y'all know who I am, y'all know who I am. Adrian, I be in the cut, I sizzle with your man. Don't be mad at me because he recognized